what's next? What comes after today?
We vote, we act up, we fight back, and I think we should get busloads of people to the red states and rally the red states, not New York that has already codified Roe versus Wade.
Voting, being involved, educating people, I think is the biggest thing. Education and just getting people to know what's important and what this means.
Support women and let them have the choice to do what they want to do with their own bodies. Nobody should tell us what we can and cannot do with our personal bodies. Yes, next step is freedom for women's bodies.
Ho, ho, hey, hey, women's rights are here to stay. Ho, ho, hey, hey, women's rights are here to stay.
Get involved, volunteer, work to get out the vote, make sure that who you're voting for is, what they're going to work for, not only pro-choice, but a whole range of things. And call your reps.
My body, my decision.
I'm very pleased that in New York State, choice is protected because within the past few years our legislature and governor signed that into law, which emphasizes the next step is so important. Voting is what's important. We have an election August 23rd. It's early, it's unusual, but our congressman is on the line. So I hope everyone will make sure they register and vote.
My body, my decision. My body, my decision. My body, Hands off my body. Hands off my body. Hands off my body.
Keep going. Don't stop. I feel like today is the beginning of what was already closed. It's just the next chapter on the thing that we have to fight for.
Do you have an action plan of what you're going to do?
I've set up monthly donations to a bunch of different funds to make sure that keeps going, to try and attend as many rallies as I possibly can. So that's the plan right now.
Support progressive candidates.
Vote.
People should be deciding what's best for them as individuals, their health issues for women, because it affects everyone, every single one of us. I'm just really upset, disgusted about what happened, the decision, and it's our bodies, men don't know anything about it. They shouldn't even be making the laws, the decisions of what women should do with their own bodies. And I mean, there's many times where, women get, they're raped or they're going to have a baby. That's, so many different reasons why abortion should be legal. Because of safety, safe abortion. And it's necessary, and it's up to us. So that's all I have to say.
Okay.
And I hope that America, is listening. And there's certain people hear us and make changes for the better, especially for the young girls today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Kingston.
this is awesome. Look at this turnout. This is amazing. So thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for being on this hot day, but we have a hot topic to march for, so that's all right. So we want to thank our sheriff, Juan Figueroa, for giving us so much protection. Juan Figueroa has done so much for Ulster County, the Oracle team, and everything that he does for every resident of Ulster County. Juan Figueroa is our guy. So thank you, Juan, and the Sheriff Department. Thank you so much. So we are here to talk about bans on our bodies. This is America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, correct? This is supposed to be Independence Weekend, but it's not independent for some women, okay? This weekend is nothing to celebrate because this land of the free is not free for any of us. I cannot go to the store and find feminine hygiene products. There is no baby formula. Abortions are illegal and adoptions are only for the rich. Let's be real. Pro-life is only pro-birth. Because what are we doing to keep these babies alive? Let me say it again. What are we doing to keep these babies alive once they're born? America. An abortion saved my life. An ectopic pregnancy, an abortion saved my life. I didn't know I was pregnant. At 8 weeks, I hemorrhaged at my job in the middle of promote class. No one knew what was going on. I just passed out, bleeding all over the place, found out I was pregnant, and they had to terminate or I was going to be terminated. So they had to make the decision for me because I was passed out unconscious because of an ectopic pregnancy. Now, while abortion rights in New York are still protected, we have an entire country where women like me will have the same story. It'll be between them while they're unconscious and a baby that's not even a baby, that's in the wrong place. Abortion is healthcare. Washington, amen. Washington, you have no right to tell me when I can live or die. Remember, all lives matter, right? That includes carriers of at-risk pregnancies. We are here to show our power, raise our voices, and demand justice for women, our choices, and our health care, women. Correct? Cheer for that. Okay? When you march, think of my story. Think of your story. Think of your neighbor, your sister, your mother, your niece, and your auntie. If America is a free land, then America give women their rights. Choose our rights, not your opinions. March on. Yeah. Before I go, I'd like to introduce Ulster County, the Ulster County County Executive. I hope he stays that way. Pat Ryan.
This is incredible. This is incredible. This is powerful, and I just want to thank everybody for being here, especially those that brought their little ones here and the next generation. Let's hear it for everyone being here, sending a strong and clear statement today. And I think it's very important. We're going to go march. We're going to go march into Uptown Kingston. There's hundreds of people at the farmers market right now. And I know that they are going to agree with us. They are going to be inspired by us, and we're going to catalyze them with this message. What I want to say is every single American, Marissa hit this right on the head. Every single American, it is our responsibility to stand up, especially men, to stand up to defend people's rights, humans' rights to choose what they do with their own body. How can we be a free country if the government is telling people what to do with their bodies? That goes against every single principle and value enshrined by our founders and framers on Independence Day weekend. There couldn't be a more important time in our country for leadership, for every single person to stand up. And what I want to share with you all, before you hear from Senator Hinchy, who's going to share what New York State just did, which is historic over the last 24 hours. But before that, I want to make clear the opportunity that we have right here in Kingston, in Ulster County, in the Hudson Valley. In 50 days, there's a special election for Congress where I am hoping to hold and carry on the legacy of now Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado, who's been a staunch advocate, who rallied here with us just a few weeks ago when this decision was leaked. And my opponent in that race, Mark Molinaro, has voted dozens of times consistently over and over and over against your rights, our rights to control our body, to have a safe abortion. Exactly what Marissa had to deal with, which my wife also had to deal with, an ectopic pregnancy, would have resulted in death. It is unsafe, it is un-American, it is against every single value. And in the wake of these seismic Supreme Court decisions over the last week, Mark Molinaro has said absolutely nothing. He said nothing when the Supreme Court made it more dangerous for our kids to go to school and for us to go to grocery stores and for us to live our lives in a wave of gun violence. He said, actually he didn't say nothing after the Roe decision was upended. What he said is, I have empathy. Who do you have empathy for when you voted dozens of times against a woman's right to choose and enshrining Roe versus Wade here in New York State? So all eyes, I'll wrap by saying this, all eyes across the country are going to be on this special election. It's the only congressional special election happening after these decisions and before the midterms in November. So we have an opportunity to send a national message that we can rally this energy that's here today. We can speak on behalf of every single American and say we will not tolerate this. We won't go back. We won't go back. So please spread the word August 23rd to send that message. It is now my honor and privilege to welcome up State Senator Michelle Hinchy, who has been a leader in protecting and codifying these rights in New York State. Michelle, thank you.
Thank you, Pat, and hello, Kingston! Gosh, does it feel good to be here with all of you, although for yet another time where we should not have to stand here on our 4th of July weekend, on our weekend for the Independence Day, standing here together, fighting back against something that is just so egregious. But I do come here today with some good news, and we all need that. We were in a special session. We got called back by the governor for a special session in the state legislature this week to address the outrageous and unsafe decision by the Supreme Court for striking down our concealed carry laws here in New York. Many of us, though, said we have to go further than that. We have to address something in this special session that just wrapped yesterday. We have to address in this special session the egregious overturning of Roe v. Wade. And we fought hard, and I am here today to share with all of you that we took a monumentous step forward in enshrining people's rights, women's rights, and our LGBTQIA community into the state constitution by passing the Equal Rights Amendment through the Senate and the Assembly. And we made that ERA even stronger than it was originally by making sure the words pregnancy outcomes, and a person's right to their own autonomy is included in that language. So that is enshrining abortion rights into our state constitution. Now the process for that is it has to pass, anytime we change the state constitution, it has to pass 2 successive legislatures. So it passed yesterday. It will pass again if we keep our majorities. It will pass again next year, and then it will be on the ballot in 2023 for all of you and everyone across the state to make sure it becomes an official part of our state constitution. We're incredibly proud of that, but you know what? We still have a lot more to do, and we're not stopping there. We passed a package of reproductive health bills because Marissa is right. Abortion is healthcare. Reproductive healthcare is healthcare. We passed a package of bills at the end of session, making sure that anyone who comes to the state of New York has access to an abortion. And I have to tell you, I've passed 50 bills through the state legislature. All of them have passed with bipartisan support, except for one. And that one bill was a bill that I'm incredibly proud to have sponsored and pushed through our legislature, which is protecting medical providers who provide an abortion for someone from an anti-abortion state who comes to New York to be safe from adverse action and malpractice. That is now law here in the state of New York, and those are the things that we are fighting to protect. Because yes, we codified the Reproductive Health Act in 2019. We made sure Roe was codified here in New York, but as we've seen now across this country, things are laws until they're not. And so we have to make sure that we fight incredibly hard. I'll tell you, my opponent is an anti-choice woman who's running, who voted against the Reproductive Health Act, voted against the law to protect abortion providers and protect people, women and people who are coming to our state to access their healthcare rights, to protect their lives and the lives of our future generations. And so we are here banding together. We are making our voices heard, and we're going to harness this energy because nothing feels big enough right now. The words egregious, disastrous, they don't feel big enough. And so we come together, but what is big enough is this. What is big enough is this energy right here. And so we are going to keep this going, and when it's really hot out in August and you'd rather be swimming, you're going to pick up a phone, and you're going to help Pat win that special election. When it feels like we're the only ones doing the work, that we're out here every day, marching, standing up, making our voices heard, making those phone calls, when it feels alone because we're the ones doing the work, we're going to go knock the door, we're going to pick a friend, we're going to make sure that we're making calls, we're writing postcards, that we're telling people what is on the line and what's on the ballot, because it's not just names, it's our future. It's our lives, it's the lives of these little ones right here, that's what's on the ballot. And when it's cold in October, we're going to go get 5 more friends. We're going to knock those doors. We're going to send Pat to Congress. We're sending Sarah Hanna to the Assembly. And we're going to hold our Senate seat so we can make sure that we can continue to go even farther, protecting all of your rights and even more rights across our state and across the country, because that's what is on the line. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for spending your Saturday being with us, making sure that we will not forget what happened. The news cycle will not go over this. We have a lot more work to do. And with that, I think we are marching. Am I right? With that, we're going to bring our voices, our energy, our signs, our chants. We're going to bring them to the farmers market. So everyone, I'm pointing that way, but we're actually going that way.
Okay, let's go that way. Are you ready? No peace. Follow peace. Oh, but there's some fire. Women's rights are here to stay. He's gonna be what? Always. Freedom to the side. On the track.
Exactly. They all said that they would never turn it. They're all assholes. They all are. And there should be. And how we could just let people lie on their own. There should be. Oh, okay.
Basically, most more marches to go to. Most of them. I was thinking.
Ultimately. That's when the trouble starts. How about we design the first?
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Yeah.
Ho, ho, hey, hey! Human rights are here to stay. Ho, ho, hey, hey! Human rights are here to stay. Ho, ho, hey, hey! Ho, ho, hey, hey! Human rights are here to stay.
We need to do something. Because this is a mess.
We actually started a women's empowerment group.
We did start a women's
on campus. So we're hoping to do
that again. What did you
we started a women's empowerment group on our campus. So we're hoping to start getting some marches on campus and just hear people's stories and get the word out as much as possible that things need to change and it's not okay.
We spread a lot of awareness to women and men.
And men. The biggest thing is the men. Having them on our side as well can be the biggest, like a really big help.
Count me in.
Yeah.
So where is your campus? What campus?
We can't say it because they don't want to be politically affiliated.
Okay.
Yeah, we're technically not allowed to say.
It's a stealth campaign.
Yes.
Right? All right. I'm sure we'll hear about it eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
The fight doesn't end. We go to the votes, you know, we spread the word, we raise awareness, we share our opinions. Our voices are powerful.
And we're fighting for our future. So the fight continues.
Keep fighting. What comes next?
Oh, geez. Much more than this, I feel like.
Yeah, a lot more than this.
So what is it? What do you have in mind? Anything?
I just...
Got to get out and vote. Got to get out in November. Got to... I don't know.
Many more people have to show up to things like this. And big numbers. I was very disappointed in the turnout today.
Oh, really? This is one of the larger rallies in Kingston.
Oh, no. I've been to ones that the whole park was filled.
I think you just have to get out and spread the word. Phone calls, conversations with friends, spread the, you know.
The younger generation has to really get involved, so maybe having some chats.
Yeah, remember when we were the younger generation?
Yeah. It's sad we're back here again doing the same thing.
Too long.
Yeah, too long.
What at this table we're taking names for interest in indivisible Ulster County, and then there's a petition over here to send to Biden, and this gal is signing this one, and we're getting everybody to sign as many things as we can because we want as many people participating in what we need to do in the next few years. Come on, we have to have everybody signing here, including the guy with the camera in his hand.
Hi, my name is Sarah Hanna. I'm the Democratic nominee for State Assembly here in District 103, and I am in Kingston fighting for our reproductive rights. I just want to make sure that everybody understands what we are fighting against. What we need is a mass movement that is active throughout the year to counter right-wing hijacking of our democracy. Outcomes like this, the overturning of Roe versus Wade, is a result of 50-year project by the right wing, and we absolutely have to make sure that we get people on our side, that we are building relationship with people who feel defeated and abandoned, that we make our democracy more democratic, that we bring people in, and that we build relationships to fight the right-wing influence, which is what this is really about, and that's what we're going to do.